Sophia and Chintzia, we're turning you off now.
That's because we don't see to the alarm.
Gonna get up Q&A questions. Okay, so hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I'm currently on holiday in Menorca and I'm bored, so I was gonna film a quick Q&A video because it's GCSE results day in... when even is it? Let me look it up. I have no idea. 23rd of August. So it's in... it's in 8 days. I know a lot of people getting their GCSE results, and that was me last year, and I remember everything about it. It was not fun, trust me. I was watching every single video. I actually think I watched every single results day video from 2017 before I got my results because I was petrified and I just wanted to know what to expect. So I asked on my Twitter and my Instagram, go and follow them. They're both just called Gemma and Chitt, so you can get involved in future videos like this. And I asked if anyone had any questions about anything, and quite a lot of them were like results, exams, GCSE kind of thing. They were related to that. So my first question is, what were my GCSE results? So I did my GCSEs last year, 2017. I did triple science, the 2 Englishes, maths, additional maths, and then my 4 choices were French, geography, history and drama. So I did my maths early, my like normal maths. I did that in January when you kind of do your mocks, and then the rest of your exams you do in like June time. So I did my exam in January and I got an A star in that. And that was so we could do add maths, additional maths in June when we did the rest of our GCSEs. And that was like, I don't know, you get like a freestanding maths qualification, I think it's called. But it's kind of like a really small portion of an A level. I got an A in that, which I was really happy with. And then for the rest of them, I got an A star in both my English, I got an A star in all my sciences, and an A star in drama, history and geography, and then I got an A in French. Also, I really want to put a quick disclaimer. I worked so hard for my exams and it paid off. Obviously I did really well in them. So when I'm talking about like not doing so well in terms of like getting an A in French, that is just compared to my other results, obviously it's not as good, but I know for some people like that's amazing, and it is amazing for me. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging or anything like that. Let's do the next question. So the next question is, what boards did I do? So as I was saying, add maths was like FSMQ. That was like the qualification we got from it. I've got no idea what board it was. I think it was OCR actually. Pretty sure it was OCR. EdXL and CIE and AQA. Those are the 3 boards I did. Next question is what to do if you fail. Okay, so I don't know what counts. I think a D is a fail. I'm just gonna like talk you through like the process of what happens on results day. So I think it's pretty much the same for every school, to be honest, but for my school at least, we went in and we all got our envelopes and they had the whole list of things, and then some of the exams were like broken up into like what we got in each section, but most of them weren't. Basically you could fill out if you wanted to get anything remarked. On results day I actually got an A in drama, and then an A in French obviously, and I went to my teachers and I was looking at how close I was to the next A star grade boundary. So in my drama I needed 3 marks and I think I got an extra 10 or something, so I got an A star in that in the end. With my French though, that was a different story. So I was 1 mark off and then they remarked it and I got a mark lower. Basically, if you're wanting to get a essay subject remarked, then definitely go for it. If it's more like science or maths or languages, then they have a very structured and specific mark scheme, so there's less chance that you'll get moved up. But obviously if it's 1 mark and you have the money, then might as well, because it's highly unlikely that you're going to move down to the next grade boundary. If that's one that you think you're going to need in the future, so if you wanted to do it for A level or something, then I mean, you can always resit your exam. I think they do it in October. and if it is going to be important, then I would definitely say resit it, because it will be worth it in the end. But if not, then the chances that you're going to need those GCSE results in your future are quite slim. Unless you're going for like Oxford or Cambridge, no universities really care about the rest of your GCSE results if your A-levels are good. If any of you have got any specific worries or questions, then leave them below or DM me on Instagram. We can have a chat about it and I'll see if I can give you some better advice. But yeah, I'll move on to the next question now, which is, what is the best way to revise? I found that the best way to revise was to do every single past paper known to man, even if it's not the same board or the same like syllabus that you're doing for your exam. Every little like paper that you can do is going to help so much. Like, you don't need to do them all in time conditions, although you should definitely do some of those as like the exams are getting nearer. And really look at the mark schemes, because there will be patterns with a lot of subjects. Like I found with my geography paper, at the end of every section of the exam you have to do a 6 and a 9 marker, and they are all repeated, just slightly reworded from like past papers. So doing those and reading the mark schemes, like I found at the end of my revision I was literally thinking like a mark scheme, if that makes sense. Also, mind maps are really helpful, so do a mind map just from knowledge, like from your memory, and then add in everything you've missed out in your notes in a different colour, and then come back to it in a few days and do another one on the same topic, and then you can look at what you've learned and what you've still got to focus on a bit more, and then just really get your notes written before the period starts for revision for your GCSEs. So I did all my notes in the January for my mocks, and I think that's probably the most helpful thing I did, because for me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so all my notes have to be so neat and like colour coordinated and everything, so it would take a really long time, especially with things like history and science and geography where there's a lot of content. Realistically, they were not helping me revise, nothing was actually going in, so definitely get those done earlier if you can. Okay, the next question is the top 5 things. What top 5 things would you recommend to do to prepare for an exam? Wow, okay, got there in the end. So the first one is definitely write your notes before the revision period starts, and then do all your past papers, like as many as you possibly can. Really focus on the mark schemes and the wording that they use, because it will it will repeat itself so much and it will become so obvious to you what they're looking for in each question. The night before an exam, please, please, please get a good sleep, because my first GCSE that I did was history, and so I was so stressed for it, and like I'm sure you guys will have felt the same if you've just done your GCSEs. Like the first one is the most like terrifying, but I went to bed probably like 2 o'clock on that night, and then I woke up at 5 to do more revision. That is 3 hours sleep. Realistically, if you're still learning it at 2 AM in the morning, when you wake up 3 hours later, it is not going to be there. If you've not learnt it by like midnight before your exam, you're not gonna learn it. Your brain does not work at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it definitely doesn't work at 5 o'clock in the morning if you only had 3 hours of sleep. I don't know how it is at your school, but before we went into all of our GCSEs, everyone would kind of stand outside our hall, like talking and getting really worked up and stressing each other out, and everyone would be shouting questions like, oh my god, what was this, and explain this to me, and I don't get this, and who's learnt this, and like questions that are just so unhelpful 10 minutes before you're about to go into an exam. So I would say like the 10 minutes before an exam, just take yourself away from that situation, because it is going to be the least helpful thing for you in that minute. Like, you're not going to learn anything, trust me, and if someone's saying something that you don't think you've learned, then you're gonna, like, your brain is just going to go into panic mode, and then when you get in your exam, that's all you'll be thinking about, and you won't be able to think about anything that you've learned in the previous like 2 months. So I just say, like, just before an exam, get yourself in a really calm mindset. I know it's really cliche, but it honestly is probably the most helpful thing you can do. So yeah, that would be my 5 top tips. And then the last question about GCSEs that I got I'm going to answer is, what did I do to celebrate my exam results? To celebrate the day of our results, actually an hour after we got them, me and all my friends went to Reading Festival. If any of you guys are going this year, I think it's in like a week or something. I hope you guys enjoy. It was amazing. I think being surrounded by all your friends, and obviously they've all been through the same like thing in terms of results day, but also with the stressful year that you will have had. Like year 11 is not a fun year. I just think it's a really nice way for everyone just to like be able to put GCSEs behind them, and no one was talking about results. Literally it's the last thing on your mind, which is exactly what you want. And then if you have to think about resitting exams or anything, you can think about that afterwards. Like the opportunity is not going to go away within 4 days. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed it, so that I know for future videos, and good luck in your GCSE results. If you're going to get them soon, you'll be amazing, I'm sure. If not, then please don't stress too much. It's all gonna be fine. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell so you don't miss any of my videos, because they're so brilliant. You wouldn't want to do that. And thanks for everyone who asked a question. If I didn't answer yours, then just DM me and I'll have a chat with you about it. But yeah, I'll see you guys with another video very soon. Bye bye.